Hello, I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Loves Books and Movies. And today I'm doing the rapid fire tag, which I first saw from Kevin at Kevin Toll Reads. And I know, like, Pat at Book Chat with Pat has done it. I'm sure a few others have done it as well. But I first saw it with Kevin. Alright. And nobody tagged me other than the, consider yourself tagged. So, alright. First question, ebook or physical book? Mostly I prefer physical books, but I will do an ebook if it's like something I want right away and I don't want to wait for it and it's available like at the library ebook. I will get that. But lately I've been not wanting to read screens so much. My eyes have just been kind of weird lately, and reading the screens has been a bit much. So, physical book mostly. Paperback or hardback? I'll take a paperback. I just think they're easier to read. Physically, when you're sitting there in the chair, I just like the paperbacks. Back up. Online or in-store book shopping? Well, I much prefer in-store book shopping, but if I have to do online, I do online. Because I like to browse, and you can't really browse online. You pretty much gotta know what you're looking for. Alright, trilogies or series? I'll go with series. I mean, the trilogy's almost a series, but and I don't even read that many series, but, I like the story to go on for a while. Heroes or villains? Heroes. Who likes villains? I know, lots of people like villains. I'm a hero. I mean, I'm not a hero. I'm choosing heroes. A book you want everyone to read. I want everyone to read Giants in the Earth. Sure. It's a book about the first Norwegian immigrant settlers in. I think it takes place technically in North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota. That rough area. Recommend an underrated book. I think I am going to say Song of the Lark. I was thinking the other day about all my Willa Cather books and everyone, and like the Nebraska trilogy. It's not a real trilogy, but the ones that take place in Nebraska, mostly Nebraska, which are O Pioneers, My Antonia, and Song of the Lark. And no one ever talks about Song of the Lark, and it's actually, I'm not going to say my favorite because O Pioneers is my favorite, but I like it more than a lot of people. So, Song of the Lark. The last book you finished, Olive Kittredge, I think. Yeah, that was the last book I finished. The last book you bought, I believe the last book I bought was I bought a whole bunch like at Barnes and Noble and their after Christmas where you get the triple points and like hardcovers were 30% off. Life Impossible was one of those. And I believe Elena Undone. I think those were the two that I got last. The weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark? Well, I don't know that it's weird, but I use baseball cards as bookmarks, but I'm also really fussy about which ones I use. Like, I will go through a stack and pick out I'm not going to use one of anyone I don't like, and I'm not going to use one of a Yankee. So, yeah. Baseball cards, they're not that weird, but, Used books, yes or no? A big time yes. My favorite place is Half Price Books. I go there all the time. The one in St. Paul. I go there, frequently. Anyway. I would like if I had, and there are some of our independent bookstores that do have used books too, but there's just they don't have much in the way of used. All right, top 3 favorite genres. I would say like literary fiction, and then like a nonfiction adventure kind of like adventure slash travel narrative sort of thing. And then I would say like mystery thriller. Borrow or buy. I buy too much. I borrow from the library a lot if I wasn't so angry. And I'd do it more if I weren't so frustrated with my library, but that's another story. Character or plot, I would say mostly plot. I mean, I don't have to like all my characters if the plot's good. But if the plot isn't any good, it doesn't matter how much I'm gonna like the character. Long or short books, medium. I know that's not a choice, but I guess if I had to pick, I'd pick long. Long or short chapters. I would say short chapters because it's an easier breaks point. So, like if you're gonna make supper or something, but you're like just one more chapter, and it's a really long chapter. Books that made you laugh or cry. Books that make you laugh or cry. Laugh mostly. I prefer to laugh, but the ones that do both are better. Our world or fictional worlds. Our world, I'm not big on like fantasy or science fiction, even though I don't dislike them. That's just not my thing, and that's kind of the reason. I don't know. I don't get into worlds that aren't real. That's just me though. Audiobooks, yes or no? I'm mostly a no because my mind wanders off too much with audiobooks. But this starting in the spring, I'll be doing some training for a trip in the fall where I'll be out walking for hours and hours a day. And so I'm hoping I can get into audiobooks during that time because there's going to be a lot of hours of just walking. And so audiobooks would be nice. Even though I do listen to lots of podcasts and I can finally maybe get caught up on those, but it would be great if I could get into audiobooks. But yes, I just have a hard time concentrating on them. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? I would say I judge if it has a cover that intrigues me, I would be more likely to pick it up. But I don't necessarily think that if it's kind of a bad cover, it's going to be a bad book, but it's going to draw me in better if the cover is good. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? I would say movie, but I could see where TV adaptations would be good. Like when they made a movie of the first Stephanie Plum novel, The One for the Money, the movie was kind of not that good, and not just because of I didn't really like most of the casting. Some of it I liked, but I feel like those series would be really good as like TV series. So any of those, like Bosch is a series, and that makes sense because there's a bazillion Harry Bosch books. Making one movie on one book would not be as good as, the series of a lot of books. A movie or TV adaptation you prefer to the book? Now, it's been decades since I have read or watched either, but in my recollection, I really liked the movie Terms of Endearment more than I liked the book. But they're both good. But I liked the movie more. I think because the movie was a little more straightforward and the book wandered a little more. And you're like, what? But, it's been a long time, so I don't remember forever. Series or standalones? I think this is the last. If there's more, I missed them. Series or standalones? I will say, wow. Standalone. I don't read. I'm into a couple of series, But then, it's kind of a commitment. I'm not that committed to most of them. So I don't want to jump into a series. I know that there's like 10 books when I could read 10 other books. I don't know. Neither are bad, but I think I prefer standalone. All right. That's all the questions I wrote down. I think I wrote them all down. I don't know, other than tag someone. But if you're watching this, consider yourself tagged. Thanks for watching. See y'all next time.